Up next, on today's Wild West, Montana's very first dude ranch returns to life after nearly a century. We'll ride the historic OTO, raft the Yellowstone River, and much more. Plus, meet the Mad Hatter of Montana, maker of fine custom cowboy hats.
There, that's better.
And cowboys, Indians, and romance. As Ramona, California's official outdoor play, turns 100. It's all next on today's Wild West. The Wild West. It's still out there. And we'll show you how to find it. This is today's Wild West. It's the Old West and the new. On the doorstep of America's first national park.
We're bringing guests back to Montana's first dude ranch for the first time in 83 years.
I think it's beautiful out here.
It's the OTO, Montana's very first dude ranch, back in business after being shut down for nearly a century.
We've never slept a night in a place that was 100 years old. And then you're eating dinner in a lodge that
President Roosevelt was in.
Yeah.
The Old West was fading away as a new era began, dude ranching. The OTO was among the very first to welcome guests like Theodore Roosevelt, who came here from all over the country and around the world to experience the American West.
As a family traveling, we're always looking for something authentic, have an experience that we're all going to talk about and remember, and this hit that in every respect.
They called him Pretty Dick and got a lot of attention, and because he had a big personality, apparently was Mr. Cowboy.
Cowboy, hunting guide, and Yellowstone stagecoach driver Dick Randall and his wife Dora built the place themselves and welcomed their first paying guests in 1912.
None of this stuff is from Home Depot or Lowe's, right? Everything is locally harvested stone and wood that is in this lodge. So I think that's such an impressive thing.
However, the glory days, a fascinating tale retold in this wonderful book, lasted just over 20 years. Long story short, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation wound up with the ranch, which was then acquired by the U.S. Forest Service in the 1990s to manage and preserve. And 83 years after the last guest checked out in the 1930s, dudes are once again checking in and saddling up at the OTO.
And folks are amazed. When I go up there, I get goosebumps every time still because it's just a very, very special place.
It's all thanks to the True Ranch Collection and the Custer Gallatin National Forest, who've partnered to bring this special place back to life as the Yellowstone pop-up dude ranch at the OTO for 7 weeks in the summer.
If we could have a role in restoring one of the most important ranches to dude ranch history, how could we turn our back on it?
They cleaned it to the nines last year, rejuvenated it, did the exact same thing this year, and created this opportunity.
And what an opportunity it is.
True Ranch did a great job.
Guests stay in the original cabins built in 1912 and dine in the magnificent lodge.
The food was incredible.
The historic property has been augmented with state-of-the-art bathrooms.
The bathrooms were great.
Right behind every beautiful and rustic cabin, where after a good night's sleep, you'll saddle up to ride the same spectacular country that drew those first guests here back in the day. First ride of the week's pretty spectacular, huh?
Yeah, almost every ride's amazing. Go in each direction and, you go headed back towards Monitor Peak. That's like all mountainous and pines, and out here it's just gorgeous view of the Yellowstone.
With the sweet smell of sage in the air, our guides Gabe and Sarah lead us down the trail and up to a ridgetop to an amazing view of aptly named Paradise Valley, bisected by the Yellowstone River.
I think the scenery here is exceptional. Of course, you would expect that given its location, but it's absolutely fantastic.
That's just a taste of what's to come. It's mountain riding, sightseeing from the saddle. Everywhere you look is different, beautiful, and wild. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, the OTO today lies within what is known as the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem, just 9 miles from the gate of the famous national park. This is the wildest area left in the lower 48 states, home to buffalo, wolves, and grizzly bear, which is why you never go anywhere without your trusty bear spray.
Don't spray at a bear until it's within 30 feet of you.
Our first evening at the ranch, Forest Service Ranger Adam Washbeck gives us a class on Bear Spray 101.
If this is in your backpack and you startle one, it does not do you any good at all. So having it on your hip is definitely the proper play for working and playing in these areas.
Using practice cans, we learned the spray is about protecting the bears as much as ourselves, encouraging the animals to stay away from people. And by the way, this is not insect repellent.
So you can't take this off and hose your kids off so they don't get so bears don't come up to them. That is a real thing that occasionally happens. Just to be clear there, it's not a repellent. It's mace.